Hello there. Thank you so much for joining us. This is News Channel Nebraska. My name's Eric McKay. Let's take a look at our top headlines today. Beginning with the federal government, which only has enough funding to stay open until about midnight Eastern Time Friday night. Come Saturday, things shut down unless Congress acts quickly. To prevent that, House Republicans want to vote on a spending plan as early as Tuesday. And as Amy Kiley reports, passing it could come down to a single vote.
The CR will pass.
The House could vote today on a continuing resolution to keep the government open past Friday's deadline. The GOP bill provides funding through the end of the fiscal year. It cuts about $13 billion in domestic spending, and it adds money for defense and for immigration and customs enforcement.
No one wants to shut the government down, and we are governing, doing the responsible thing as Republicans.
House Democrats say they'll be united in opposing the plan. They're pushing their own CR that does not include the Republican cuts.
And nobody wants the government to shut down. It's harmful to the people we represent. But at the same time, they need to come back to the table and do something reasonable.
Without Democrats, Johnson could only lose one Republican vote. Representative Thomas Massey says he opposes the GOP plan. A few other House Republicans appear to be up in the air.
I would like us to go back to pre-COVID level spendings, but I realize that we don't have the guts to do that either.
A source says Vice President J.D. Vance is meeting with House Republicans this morning to advocate for the bill. Johnson says President Donald Trump has been speaking with members, too. If the House does pass the CR, getting it through the Senate could be even harder. That would require Democratic support.
It's going to be up to Chuck Schumer and the Senate Democrats to do the right thing.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Maintain, nourish, and support your health by visiting our Good Health, Good Life shopping tab. You'll find select multivitamins, probiotics, and more designed for you. Make the good life even better and promote your health in 2025.
Closer to home, a new central Nebraska mayor is reaffirming his commitment to the city's citizens and outlining what the government's plan for the next few years is. At Monday night's Hastings City Council meeting, Mayor Jay Beckby delivered his first State of the City speech. Highlighting his first 80 days in office, the mayor hitting on a number of topics, including affordable housing, efficient city spending, and the upcoming city budget, which he says will see a notable difference. One of Beckby's more notable points, his plan to balance city spending, which he says will affect current staff in the future.
We need to reduce our operational and capital expenses along with staff reduction without reducing the quality of services our citizens deserve. I have no intentions of eliminating anyone's job within this city, but through attrition, promotion, and restructuring, I will efficiently cut staff over time.
You can listen to more topics from Mayor Beckby's speech in this article at newschannelnebraska.com under the Central Region tab. A wildlife sanctuary once again ready for one of the world's oldest animal migrations thanks to a recent multi-million-dollar renovation and expansion. Peter Rice has more.
Crane season is back here in central Nebraska, and officials tell me over 600,000 of these cranes are expected to fly in over the next couple of weeks. Thanks to a recent expansion and conservation efforts, the Rose Sanctuary is now better prepared more than ever. The sanctuary recently underwent a $12.5 million renovation and expansion to its visitor center, which now includes a new exhibit hall and programming areas, along with expansions to its education wing, viewing areas, and gift shop. The various expansions, along with the newly added trail, will more easily accommodate the nearly 30,000 expected visitors this crane season.
The idea here is that the construction project is designed to help welcome people into this space, not just the building, but the natural ecosystems and habitats that are around it, to help them become a little bit more aware of what's going on in this part of Nebraska ecologically, and of course, to experience the Sandhill crane migration, especially to be able to accommodate the number of visitors that we are currently seeing. Ecotourism around the migration has grown significantly over the past number of years.
And it's changed a lot over the years with the different expansions and things from what it was originally. So it's been great with the having more space and having more areas to allow more people to come out here and enjoy everything.
Rose Sanctuary offers guided tours for those who want an up-close experience with the birds by taking visitors out to its various viewing blinds. Officials also say lots of conservation work has been done on the river's many small islands in order to remove large vegetation that the cranes don't like, in an effort to preserve the Platte River's natural environment.
And it's accessible. It's interesting that the cranes have been able to adapt on the Platte River only 2.5 miles from Interstate 80 as the crow flies, or as the crane flies, if you will. 4 miles drive off the interstate, so it's definitely accessible.
The Sandhill crane migration is America's great migration. There is nothing else like it in the world. It is the largest congregation of sandhill cranes anywhere on the planet, and it's right here in our backyard in central Nebraska.
Officials added that the next several weeks will be best for the crane viewing, especially at dawn and dusk. However, those wanting the best experience should plan early, especially since over tens of thousands of people from across the United States and Canada are expected to flock here in central Nebraska.
Developing story, a fatal crash shut down a highway in northeast Nebraska Tuesday. It happened along Highway 275 at an intersection east of the town of Meadow Grove. Madison County Sheriff's officials say they shut down the highway in both directions as they responded to the scene. 2 vehicles were involved. Very few other details about the crash have been released. Nebraska gearing up for an online giving event known as Bike Walk Give. It happens Tuesday, a day dedicated to supporting organizations that have made significant contributions to trail development and community education. Among the beneficiaries, a mountain bike trail in northeast Nebraska in need of improvements and new features. Hanky Hazelton has more.
Since 2002, the Muscatine Trail in Stanton has been available to anyone looking to enjoy the great outdoors, featuring fishing, walking, picnics, and of course trail riding made possible by volunteers. With a goal of raising at least $2,500, they plan to enhance the existing 7 miles of trails, add erosion control, and rebuild many deteriorating wood structures with steel.
We are really blessed to have Nucor Steel on board with us. They're going to provide some steel for the infrastructure of these things, and so they will be maintenance-free for a long time with American Steel.
They would also like to replace a worn-out kiosk and add a weatherproof bulletin board to list a number of upcoming events.
Group rides, trail days, how-to clinics on how to mountain bike. And we are hoping to add some amenities to the trailhead, which is right over there. We're hoping to have a changing room there, as well as a pump track, which is a purpose-built dirt trail that seasoned mountain bikers can increase their skill level, and toddlers without pedals can ride as well.
If the weather stays consistently warm and the funds needed are raised, Jeff Hoff says the first line of action is to rebuild their bridge.
In 2014, a tornado took out the far north side, and the whole thing had to be bulldozed, and so we lost that trail.
It has been falling apart for the last couple of years, and just we patch it back together. But with the steel and new wood and stuff, it's going to be pretty nice, and we're going to get together and start on that in the next, probably be by May.
If anyone is willing to donate $1,000 or more, the Trail Committee has something special to recognize your special contribution.
They'll have a plaque with their name or business on our kiosk that'll be here for as long as this place is going.
Wright said, mountain biking is a great sport that gives you a total body workout, but above all, the scenery is amazing and everyone can make it a part of them personally.
This trail is maintained by volunteers. You know, you have some ownership of it and some sweat equity built in. And so it is great to be out here. You can see a lot of topography changes and ride through lots of different landscapes. You get a view of the lake, and we're excited to have the opportunity to do that.
Reporting in Stanton, Hanky Hazelton, News Channel, Nebraska.
Beatrice's Board of Education honored 2 state title wrestlers Monday night, one each in boys and girls wrestling. Merrick Johnson participated in football, wrestling, and track. He racked up a 51-1 record during his junior year march to the state title, won a 5-2 decision at 175 pounds to take home the Class B crown. Morgan Moshman, meanwhile, won the Class A 125-pound division with a 10-0 major decision in the championship match. That capped a senior year that saw her go unbeaten, 51-0. Moshman didn't give up a single offensive point all season, only points when she allowed an opponent to escape in order to set up another offensive shot. She defeated a 2-time state champ and a 3-time state champ on the way to her individual title. And finally, after back-to-back appearances at the NSAA State Basketball Tournament, the Norris Titans are back again this year, finding themselves now the top seed in Class B. Jake Bartecki has more.
After back-to-back appearances at the NSAA State Tournament, the Norris Titans are back once again in 2025, and they find themselves as the top seed in Class B. The Titans are using the last 2 years of shortcomings as experience and motivation as they chase down the program's first state championship since 2003.
We're hoping to go down there to make a run at this thing again.
Head coach Jimmy Moats referred to the first of Norris's 3 state tournament appearances as house money, but says the team still feels the sting of last year's state finals loss to Scott. With another successful regular season under their belt, Moats says his group is ready to give it another go in 2025.
These kids have waited now another year for this opportunity. They put a lot of time and effort into it. A lot of work's went into it. They've had to answer the bell 26 times this year. And we're at that point in the season now. They know the routine. They know the drill.
For senior Barrett Bosiger, he's trying to lead by example, turning the last 2 years of coming up short into motivation for this week. He says Norris's experience stretches beyond just knowing routines, but also having multiple players know nothing but state tournament appearances.
It's huge having young guys, just having been there a few times. So it's like everybody that's playing now has played there before. So it's like nobody's nervous. Everybody knows what the expectation is. So
an example of that is junior Chris Garner Jr.
It's really hard to get there, and most kids don't get the experience to play there. So it's really fun. It's really fun, to play with these guys. These are my brothers. So it's really fun.
And as for what Norris can do to finally get over the hump, Coach Moats says they'll have to be sharp on fundamentals.
I would say expectations are up there again, but the kids have handled it really well all year. They've been a mature group all year. They've handled the pressure too, I think, at times. We've had to go on the road and win some tough ones, so I think we're battle tested, and obviously when you get down there, anything can happen. So we're going to have to be ready to go. We're going to have to be sharp ourselves, and we're going to face a team that we've seen twice already this year that's going to be hungry.
The Titans' journey towards that coveted state championship will begin on Thursday afternoon at Pinnacle Bank Arena when they take on the Lincoln Pius Thunderbolts for the second time this season. The Titans 2-0 against Pius here in 2025. Every Titans state tournament game can be heard on 94.7 FM, 1450 AM, KWBE Radio. In Firth, Jake Bartecki, News Channel Nebraska.
Meanwhile, you'll be able to watch state basketball coverage on News Channel Nebraska Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You can see the full schedule and stay up to date with the very latest news by heading to our website, newschannelnebraska.com. You can also follow us on X, like us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. This is News Channel Nebraska.